When the parade reaches us here at 4th and Hebron Streets in Williamsport, the parade will stop and pause. We have a special ceremony that will be going on. Those of you who are seated, we will ask you to join us in standing in a few moments as we have a prayer, ringing of the bell, a moment of silence for all our veterans who are deceased from all wars. We'll have a 21-gun salute, and we'll also have reverberating taps. So that'll be coming up in just a few minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the Lycoming County Inaugural Veterans Day Parade. It's a joint effort of local veterans organizations, politicians, the City of Williamsport, and Clear Channel Media and Entertainment. This event has had numerous volunteers spending hundreds of hours planning and will be back each year at various locations throughout Lycoming County. The parade will be pausing here in just a moment. We will be having a prayer by Father Bert Cozen, who's the State Chaplain, Joint Forces Headquarters, Pennsylvania National Guard. A ringing of the bell, a 60-second moment of silence for all veterans deceased from all wars, a 21-gun salute done by the Jersey Shore Honor Guard, and reverberating taps. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise? And at this time, Father Bert Cozen.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we are gathered here today to honor those who have served our nation in its armed forces. We remember their devotion both in peacetime and in war, in a special way those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice for the freedom and liberty that we enjoy. As we dedicate this homecoming parade and celebrate Veterans Day, we ask you, Lord, to watch over the men and women who are presently serving in the military, those who are near, those who are far from home, and especially those serving in harm's way. Keep them safe, grant success to their missions, and return them safely home. We ask this in your most holy name. Amen. Please join me in a moment of silence for our honored dead.
We'd like to thank the Jersey Shore Honor Guard for our salute, our gun salute, and our taps. We'd also like to point out to you the big flag balloon that's here in the parking lot near us, and that is being taken care of by the folks from the American Rescue Workers. It's a 24-foot tall by 45-foot long flag balloon. We hope you've seen that. Now let's get the parade going. Ladies and gentlemen, move forward. Thank you so much for being here today in Williamsport. Williamsport Police Department leading the way, driven by Captain Michael Orwig, a fine Lycoming County veteran himself. Captain Orwig has served numerous times overseas in the service of his country, and we thank him for being here today. Our color guard is from the Pennsylvania State Police Mounted Unit from Hershey. Special thanks to Major Keith Stone for approving their participation in today's Veterans Parade. And now a real treat, ladies and gentlemen. The Pennsylvania National Guard 28th Infantry Division Band is what you're hearing. They're led by Master Sergeant Daniel Klingbeil from Hollidaysburg. It's the Pennsylvania National Guard 28th Infantry Division Band. Here comes the Williamsport Bureau of Fire with Car 1, Engine 1, and Tower 1. The Williamsport Bureau of Fire was organized in 1874 and serves as the only career fire department in Lycoming County. Please welcome the Grand Marshal of the 2013 Veterans Parade. George Hedges is driven by Fred Agnoni in this 2006 red Ford Mustang convertible. Now, George is a career Air Force veteran. He's also the Director of Veterans Affairs here in Lycoming County. Started in Montgomery, went away and served, and now has come back home again. George, welcome. Nice to have you here as the Grand Marshal. Thank you. The city of Williamsport's very own mayor, Gabe Campana, riding a car provided by the Fairfield Auto Group. Also following our Grand Marshal, Chief Forsman of the Williamsport Police Department, his wife Gina, and now the mayor, Gabe Campana, riding in an automobile provided by Fairfield Auto Group. 14 brands, 7 locations. Go with the group, Fairfield Auto. His administrator, Assistant D. Reed, helping us out there. Next, we've got Jeff Whelan and Erna Larson, Lycoming County Commissioners, who are coming along and joining us here today and being a part of this Veterans Day Parade, along with our Williamsport trolleys. As part of our Williamsport trolleys today, you'll also see members of Williamsport City Council, Randy Allison, and Bonnie Katz, who are here as part of our parade today. Thank you both for being here with us. River Valley Transit Trolley number 2 is carrying many folks to the area. Some of who were planning on riding on this are actually already walking and out through the parade, so nice to have them here. But of course, you can take the trolley rides as part of tourism going on here in Lycoming County. Next, we welcome Lycoming County State Representative Rick Marabito of the 83rd District. Rick Marabito is joined with his wife, Sarah, and son, Rocco, here in the parade today. Nice to have you with us. Also with us today, Lycoming County Flags Across America, being represented by Boy Scout Troop number 26 from Hughesville. Our color guard for Division 1 is hosted by the Muncie American Legion post number 268. We call your attention to the POW MIA Remembrance. You'll see coming up a small table which occupies a place of dignity and honor. It's set for one, symbolizing the fact that members of our armed forces are missing from our ranks. They're referred to as POW MIA. We call them comrades. They're unable to be with their loved ones and families, so we join together to pay humble tribute to them and to their loved ones and to bear witness to their continued absence. The table is small, symbolizing the frailty of one prisoner alone against his or her suppressors. The tablecloth is white, symbolic of the purity of their intentions to respond to their country's call to arms. The single rose in a vase, the red rose in that vase, signifies the blood that may have been shed or may be shed to sacrifice and ensure freedom of our beloved United States of America. This rose also reminds us of the family and friends of our missing comrades who keep the faith while awaiting their return. The red ribbon on the vase represents the red ribbons worn by the lapels of thousands who demand with unyielding determination a proper account of our comrades who are not among us. A slice of lemon on the plate reminds us of their bitter fate. The salt sprinkled on the plate reminds us of the countless fallen tears of families as they wait. The glass inverted, they cannot toast with us at this time. The chair is empty, they're not here. The candle is reminiscent of the light of hope which lives in our heart to illuminate their way home, away from their captors to open arms of a grateful nation. The American flag reminds us of many of them may never return and have paid the supreme sacrifice to ensure our freedom. Let us pray to the Supreme Commander that all of our comrades will soon be back within our ranks. Let us remember and never forget their sacrifice. May God forever watch over them and protect them and their families. Ladies and gentlemen, we now welcome Clear Channel Media and Entertainment's WRAK News Talk 1400 and 1200 AM and 94.9 FM. And R.J. Harris is there. R.J., and nice to have you with us. R.J., thanks for all you do for veterans. R.J. is joined on WRAK by Glenn Beck, Rush Limbaugh, and many of the other greats on Williamsport's finest talk station, News Talk WRAK. Next is a World War II Memoirs banner, To the Glory of God, carried by Olivia Morgan. Lee Hanna of Montoursville, riding a unicycle, wearing a World War II jacket with nose art painting of B-1 Little Pedro. This plane and crew of 10 completed 35 missions over Germany and occupied territory, and by the grace of God survived. Now let's honor our World War II veterans. We have World War II veterans riding in a wagon drawn by a team of horses owned by Don Kuhn's Classic Memories. They're available for weddings, anniversaries, and parties. Let's honor those World War II veterans that are with us.
Anywhere from the ages of 86 to 93.
More of our World War II veterans joy riding in a wagon owned by Dave Peterman of Nordmont. The horsepower is supplied by Dave's teams, Prince and Pet. They're 17 years old and they're used for farming, logging, and funerals. More World War II veterans riding in a carriage driven and owned by Darren Harriman from High Point Ranch. Horsepower by Hope, and Jake Harriman also does weddings, parties, anniversaries, and graduations. Also a World War II wagon powered by a team of Belgians. Tim Anthony, owned and driven by Randy Randall team, also does farming and logging. A 10-year grade horse pulling a two-wheel cart trained by Dale Phillips at Hannah Farm, Montoursville. And we welcome, of course, one of our question entries in today's parade with our horseback rider. Welcome, and nice to have you here with us today in such a patriotic look as well. Now, following all of our horses, we have two fine volunteers in golf carts provided by White Deer Golf Course. Thanks for making it safe to walk and ride for everyone else. Keep it up and go to work. Coming up, we have also coming up, we have a World War II 3/4-ton 1943 Dodge weapons carrier owned by Dr. Al Cunningham, carrying World War II veterans. The American Red Cross is riding behind all of our World War II veterans with their new disaster response van. The North Central PA chapter of the American Red Cross presents its brand new disaster response vans, custom made through a generous grant from the Park Home and ready for service across the region. This van can provide mobile feeding and support for the victims of disaster and emergency responders. The Red Cross also provides services to our military when emergency communications are necessary to be relayed from families to family members. Sheriff Mark Lusk in the office of Lycoming County Sheriff, providing a safe environment to all citizens of Lycoming County through enforcement of court orders, issuance of license to carry and sell firearms, and apprehensions of fugitives. Sheriff Mark Lusk. Also the folks from Elmcroft joining us today. Elmcroft of Loyalsock with John Adams of the Marines, Jack Breon of the Army, George Steffenbaugh of the Air Force, World War II, Jeff Letta of Air Force, Barry Johnson from the Navy, Doris Mallory and Ada of the Air Force, and Ada Schick of the Army. From Hannah Farms, we have a 1942 war-era tractor. These tractors were sold only with steel wheels, no starter, no battery and generator. You had to hand crank to start the motor. And you have to buy the kit with rubber tires, start generator, and battery after the war and put all those together. We have a banner of the 8th Air Force. They flew out of England's airfields over Germany and German-occupied territory during World War II. The 8th Air Force capable of flying over 1,500 heavy bombers, B-17s and B-24s, in any one-day mission, and they do in several occasions. So the Mighty 8th was also earned the nickname of the 8th Air Force during World War II of the 401st Bomb Group, with some heavy bombardment groups in England. Korean War veterans of Lycoming County. The Veterans Honor Guard truck owned by Bill English. Driving the truck, this is Royal P. Steinbacher Post 617. John Fry, Commander. Arthur Epler, First Vice Commander. Archie Epler, Junior Adjutant. Gail Epler, Finance Officer. Robert Martin, the Chaplain. Kathy Shoemaker, Auxiliary President. Kim Fry, Auxiliary Finance Officer. Driving the truck is the commander of the Sons of the Legion, Donnie Applegate. Accompanying him, Edward Springman is a member of the Sons of the Legion. And on board, the band Straight Up. Royal P. Steinbacher, Post 617 from South Williamsport. The 40 and 8 Social Club on Market Street in Williamsport, one of the oldest veterans organizations in Williamsport. Their origins go back to World War I. Now, the 40 comes from 40 men or 8 horses that could be put in boxcars in France. Now, welcome the high-flying and patriotic stars being handled by the Boy Scout Pack 14 and their parents. Thanks, Boy Scouts, for being a part of things today. Riding in the red convertible, Army Reserve Ambassador, Colonel retired Phil Petter, who has been involved in many things here in Lycoming County, helping many servicemen out, many service organizations out. Phil, good to see you again. Or I should say Colonel, shouldn't I? He's going to have me doing push-ups before you know it. We now welcome the 327th Quartermaster Battalion, Army Reserves, Williamsport. Although the battalion itself is not deployed as a command, 90% of the soldiers were cross-leveled for deployment. Some of them have been deployed at least 3 times, some 4 times. Please welcome the 327th Quartermaster Battalion of Williamsport. All right, thanks once again to the 327th Quartermaster Battalion of the Army Reserves based here in Williamsport. Please welcome from Woodward Township, the Woodward Township Volunteer Fire Company with a 1948 International Fire Truck. Woodward Township Volunteer Fire Company, established in 1948, makes this year its 65th anniversary, of course located in Linden. Please welcome the Susquehanna Valley Chapter number 47 of the DAV, the Disabled American Veterans, serving the disabled veterans here in Lycoming and Central Pennsylvania. Many of the organizations that we're talking about today you'll find in that booklet that's been handed out. There are a few booklets left at the judges' table, just to my left here in front of City Hall, so if you didn't pick one up, but many of the veterans groups that you see marching today, you'll see honored there. Here comes Division 3, and they're led by the VFW post number 3428, the color guard for the Veterans of Foreign Wars in Muncie. Parades like this could not be put on without the moral support of so many people, and we certainly want to thank the West Pharmaceutical Services with plants in Jersey Shore and Williamsport as they come and serve today and walk in this parade to honor our veterans, those who have passed on, and those who are still serving. Thank you all for being here today. It's a great show. The next unit that's entering our judging area for this afternoon's Veterans Parade is the Veterans of the Vietnam War Incorporated, Pennsylvania Post 51 from Hughesville. Veterans of the Vietnam War. Also joining us today, the folks from Point Man Ministries of Montoursville. It's an outpost of Point Man International Ministries. They are vets helping vets. And now we welcome the sound of the Williamsport Area High School Marching Millionaires, sponsored by State Representative Rick Maravito. The Marching Millionaires of Williamsport High School. Marching Millionaires of Williamsport Area High School. And right behind the Marching Millionaires, the Williamsport High Cheerleaders. We welcome the Jersey Shore Veterans Council. Of course, next year's parade will be in Jersey Shore. So the parade next year will move from Williamsport to Jersey Shore as it moves around Lycoming County. Right behind the Jersey Shore Veterans Council, we have the Rapaz Band of Williamsport, one of the nation's oldest bands in continuous existence since August of 1831. The band celebrates its 182nd year, furnishing music for patriotic and civic functions. They're an all-volunteer organization of over 84 members who come from a 100-mile radius of Williamsport. The band boasts a unique history, including their service as a Union Army band in the Civil War, the Spanish-American War, World War I, and participation in other patriotic events of national significance. They've been recognized by national music organizations for their history and their accomplishments as a concert band. The Rapaz Band of Williamsport. The Rapaz Band, ladies and gentlemen, since 1831 here in Williamsport. Well, here comes the Hershey product characters all the way from Hershey Park. On November 15th, Hershey Park will be opening for their annual Christmas Candy Lane. All dates and times can be found on the website hersheypark.com. Coming next, Clear Channel Media and Entertainment's V97 plays Central Pennsylvania's hit music like Katy Perry, Justin Timberlake, Rihanna. Like V97 on Facebook and take V with you wherever you go on the iHeartRadio app. Our Naval Enlisted Reserve Association Susquehanna chapter with its 26-foot boat and pickup truck. And in memory of Staff Sergeant Thomas Masor, whose family's with us today, we thank the Susquehanna chapter. Garrett Cochran, Post American Legion, Post number 1. Began in World War I, the first in Pennsylvania. That's right, the first in Pennsylvania. Garrett Cochran, Post American Legion number 1, with members, Auxiliary Sons of Legion, riding in antique cars from the Antique Car Club and from Stearns Auto. Outstanding. Folks from Garrett Cochran, Post American Legion number 1. Some beautiful, beautiful wheels. This group still, of course, the folks from Garrett Cochran, American Legion Post number 1. You can read their story in the program, how they became the first American Legion post in Pennsylvania, out-battling Pittsburgh and Philadelphia for that honor way back toward the end of World War I. It's a great story, and you can find it in the program. If you haven't picked one up yet, we have a few left here at the judges' table. So we hope you'll stop by and pick one up if you didn't get one already. There's some great stories and there's some great memories of service by some of our veterans, as well as information about many of the great service clubs here in the Williamsport, Lycoming County area. Also some great veterans memorials throughout the area. Earlier this year, we dedicated the new one in Picture Rocks, and there's so many other ones that are great, of course, on Wahoo Drive, and so many other ones throughout the area that we hope you'll have the opportunity to be able to visit some of those this weekend. Remember, Monday is the official Veterans Day. Next, Clear Channel Media and Entertainment's KISS 102.7, the home of Christmas music. That's right, Christmas music. As soon as the Penn State game's over, you'll hear it back, and Santa is driving today. Veteran or not, Christmas is a special time of the year. You hear all your great Christmas music now till December 25th. Budweiser, here's to the heroes. Budweiser and Edwin H. Kleck, they're Incorporated, is proud to honor the veterans and current members of all branches of the armed services for their heroism and devotion, ensuring that we can continue to be a free country. We thank the folks from Budweiser and all their support for this parade. Welcome to the folks from the Meadows. Nice to have you here with us today. Many of the folks are being able to have a chance to see the parade as things move along. Toys for Tots program is underway. Thanks at Jack and Sarah's Family Restaurant. I want to remind you of that. They're in a 1998 Ford pickup truck honoring all veterans living or deceased. May God bless all our wounded survivors. And the folks at Jack and Sarah's, of course, the Toys for Tots program is currently underway. The Annis Creek Marina and Yacht Club presents the Pirates of the Susquehanna. This nonprofit organization, in which its sole purpose is to have fun and raise money for local charities. What you see is an original World War II 1945 Duck amphibious military truck converted to a pirate ship. When not officially on a raid, the ship operates scenic tours of the Jersey Shore area, where the captain and his crew have been seen in the Susquehanna River, raiding river lots, attacking boaters, and even a surprise attack on the Hiawatha. Folks from the Annis Creek Marina and Yacht Club. The Pennsylvania College of Technology 4x4 Club is a group of students from the Pennsylvania College of Technology who share a common interest in off-road vehicles. Many of the students in the club are veterans and are in the Guard or Reserves themselves. They participate in off-roading events and competition in central Pennsylvania and work with organizations such as Four Wheel to Heal and the Wounded Warrior Foundation to raise money for veterans and give them a chance to go out on the trails. For more information, you can email the club at pct4x4@pct.edu. Keystone Country and County Council 4-H clubs proudly honor all the veterans who have served in the armed forces of our country. Like our servicemen, 4-Hers pledge their head to clearer thinking, their hearts to greater loyalty, their hands to larger service, and their help to better living for their club, their community, their country, and their world. Our thanks to all the folks from the 4-H clubs. Next is the Phi Beta Delta fraternity showing their support for the veterans of the armed forces. Thank you all for being there, and of course, a special service to the folks from the Phi Beta Delta fraternity. Thanks for being with us today. Joining us next, the Fraternal Order of Eagles number 970 in a truck provided by Woods Garage. The Eagles are hometown builders. The Eagles support our police, firefighters, and others who protect and serve. The Eagles fund medical research in areas such as spinal cord injuries, kidney disease, diabetes, and Alzheimer's. They're here today to honor those who've served our country and those who have fought for our freedom. They are Eagles, and they are people helping people. Special thanks to the folks from Woods Garage for use of the rollback. Coming up next, Williamsport Detachment Marine Corps League Color Guard. Detachment was chartered in 1977. They run the Lycoming County Toys for Tots program, place flags on veterans and Marines' graves, 20x38 American flag detail at Little League Baseball World Series since 1982, as well as run the Afghanistan project. Our Williamsport Detachment Marine Corps is also joined by the Clinton Lycoming County Young Marines Marching Unit with 2 deuce-and-a-halfs, and the HMV from the Army Reserve 401st Quartermaster in Lock Haven. Those are the vehicles coming up. Coming up, the Loyalsock Township High School Band, proud to present the 2013 edition of the Lancer Marching Band. The Lancer Band is celebrating its 52nd year, providing musical entertainment to the Williamsport community. This year's 28-member ensemble consists of 21 musicians and 7 color guide members. They compete in Chapter 4 Tournament of Bands and were recently crowned the 2013 Tournament of Band Chapter 4 champions. The band is under the direction of Mr. Ryan Bulgarelli, the color guard instructor, Miss Michelle Carpenter, percussion technician Bobby Lydecker, wind specialist Gina Lydecker, the band truck and pit crew provided by Gary Fulmer. We thank the Loyalsock Township Lancer Band for being with us today. Joining us now, the Loyalsock Volunteer Fire Company, number 1. Loyalsock Volunteer Fire Company, serving many of the people in our community throughout central Pennsylvania. Joining us now, the Lycoming County Pomona Grange, number 28, Grange Train. You've seen it in many of the parades. They're one of the stalwarts of parades, and they're thanking our veterans today for being here with us. And we thank you for joining us again in this parade. I know there are many of the parades here in Lycoming County. Coming up, Swing In Sagging Seniors is a 33-member group that has participated in parades around the area since 2005. These women have entertained us with crazy costumes and antics and are proud to walk in today's parade to recognize and thank the veterans who have served us. Although organized for fun, parade awards and other money-raising events have enabled them to aid local charities and those in need. Thank you for your continued support for the Swing In Sagging Seniors. Coming up next, Sweet Frog of Williamsport. And right behind Sweet Frog of Williamsport, the Gold Wing Road Riders Association joining us today. Sweet Frog has a lot of fans. And now the Gold Wing Road Riders Association. Welcome. Nice to have you here today. Joining us next, the American Rescue Workers. They've been housing homeless veterans since 1943. Thank you, American Rescue Workers. Right behind the rescue workers is Clear Channel Media and Entertainment's Bill 95 salutes the brave men and women who have and are currently serving our armed forces. Listen to Bill 95 anywhere with the iHeart Radio app. Bill 95. Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, Division 6. And Division 6 is led by American Legion Post number 35 Color Guard. The American Legion is a division sponsor. We thank you. Say hello to all our fine veterans that are here, part of the event today. Thank you, gentlemen. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. The DAV of Williamsport, the Disabled American Veterans, joining us. Also joining us today, American Legion Riders Region number 4. There have been many dogs that have provided service with our armed forces. The Lycoming County SPCA is proud to honor our veterans, both the two-legged and four-legged kind of veterans. Thank you. Representing ServiceDogs.org, hometown veteran Joshua Scott, his wife Katie Jo, currently working with Service Protection Dogs to raise funds for help with the PTSD, the car provided by Shertz Pontiac Oldsmobile Cadillac GMC. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Hughesville High School Marching Spartan Band. The Hughesville Spartan Marching Band, one of the most active bands in our area. They travel all over and be competing to bowl games, New Year's bowl games, and they've done that many times. Mike Miller Trucking with a 1943 Internationals half-track used in World War II and in Korea. It's owned and was restored by Daniel Schick of Loganton, PA. Outstanding. Now here are the folks we were talking about, representing ServiceProtectionDogs.org. Hometown veteran Joshua Schutt and his wife Christy Jo. Josh is currently working with Service Protection Dogs to raise funding for service dogs to help with PTSD. Car provided by Shertz Pontiac Oldsmobile Cadillac GMC. Remember, coming up on Tuesday, we'll announce the decision of our judges for the $1,000, which will be going to the Wounded Warrior program. So keep that in mind. Division 7 And we have with Division 7, Post 1, American Legion Color Guard. Pennsylvania's first American Legion Color Guard will be joining us. Also being joined by the Ladies Auxiliary of the Williamsport VFW, helping and supporting veterans. The Hootenanny Band in Truck and Trailer, provided by Valley Truck and Trailer. VFW post number 8484. And let's welcome the Combat Vets Motorcycle Association. We'd like to welcome the folks of Cogan Valley Farms with Johns Brown 1947 JD Tractor, John Deere Tractor. The folks from Cummins Power Systems, proud to support our Lycoming County veterans. We welcome the Old Lycoming Volunteer Fire Company with Snuffy, the world famous firehouse dog, the mascot of the Old Lycoming Volunteer Fire Company. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for being here today for the 2013 inaugural Lycoming County Veterans Parade. Now, next year the parade will take place in Jersey Shore. So mark it on your calendar. You'll hear more coming up next year.